Hey everyone, I'm here in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee at Music City Motor Cars, and I've got the keys to this 2017 Maserati Quattroporte. My name is Richard Watto, and today we're going to take a look at this car and see what it's like. Now for $103,000 you can have this car, the Maserati Quattroporte S, which comes with a twin turbocharged V6 motor which puts out 404 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. It goes from 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds. For $109,500 you can add all-wheel drive, which shaves 0.2 seconds off of the 0 to 60 time. Or for $145,000 starting, you can have the Maserati Quattroporte GTS, which has a twin turbocharged V8 engine, and it goes from 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. Now just about all luxury cars are quiet, and just about all luxury cars are roomy. But what sets the Maserati Quattroporte apart from its rivals is the unique way that it drives. The steering wheel feels heavy but precise, and the chassis feels nimble and sporty. And that's the thing about this car. In normal driving mode, it's very serene, the suspension will absorb bumps well, and the sound deadening will keep the cabin quiet. But when you hit the sport button on the center dash, you feel that the throttle response is immediately quickened, and the engine develops this very throaty Italian growl, which sounds very nice. Its focus is very different from the Germans and the Americans. While the Germans focus heavily on having the latest technology, and the American luxury car makers out there focus on having a cushy ride, the Italians have a penchant for style and fun. And that's the thing about this car. You don't buy a Maserati Quattroporte because you want a big, cushy luxury vehicle. You buy one of these because you want a Ferrari, but you need a vehicle that has 4 doors. Also, you can configure the interior of this car in whatever mode suits your personality. You can have this with traditional wood trim like a classic luxury car, or you can elect to have carbon fiber. You can also order the Quattroporte with a package that gives you silk inserts in the seats. How decadent is that? Now, Maserati has done a great deal to try to make the interior of this car a little more comfortable. They've used extensive sound deadening to make it quieter in here than previous generations of Maserati Quattroportes, and they've also used double laminated glass in order to, again, make it quieter and more peaceful inside. And I must say, it is very quiet in here. The only thing you hear is the hum from the exhaust pipe. Now, one of the chief complaints that automotive journalists have had in regards to the Maserati Quattroporte is the sharing of parts from Chrysler. Maserati is owned by FIAT Chrysler, so they have access to all of FIAT Chrysler's parts. Now, it's not uncommon for a vehicle manufacturer to share parts with another car company that is under the same corporate umbrella. It saves the car maker money, and they can pass those savings on to the consumer. But some people thought that Maserati went a little bit overboard. For example, the window switches from this vehicle are pulled from a Chrysler, and so is the indicator stock. Although, if you hadn't told me that, I probably would never have guessed that, because those sorts of things I don't think are super important. Moreover, I don't think it's such a bad thing for an expensive luxury car to share parts with cheaper vehicles. For example, I had a 1999 Mercedes-Benz S500 Grand Edition. Some of the wood trim panels cracked, and of course those were bespoke just for that car, and so some of the panels were $700 or $800. The rear view mirror housing in the Mercedes also broke, and that was $1,100 from the dealership. Although it may be slightly disappointing to know that some of the parts inside the Maserati Quattroporte are not bespoke for the Maserati Quattroporte, when it comes to ownership, you may be thankful if something breaks and it costs $20 and not $2,000. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And a special thank you to Music City Motor Cars and Maserati Nashville for lending me this beautiful sedan. And of course, if you have an exciting or exotic automobile you'd like me to test drive, please reach out to me at wattoauto@gmail.com.